my name is Maria and I am the founder of Celtic Angels Home Healthcare. We have an office in Weymouth and Needham. And this week I got a call from a client who had hired a private caregiver, and unfortunately that private caregiver had an accident, slipped on their kitchen floor and hurt her back. And unfortunately for that client, that caregiver did not have workman's comp and had been working under the table for the client. The client was not educated on all the responsibilities of what it means to be an employer, and unfortunately this caregiver sued the client. Now the client had to go and get a lawyer. She was beside herself and called because now she needed help to take care of her mom. So unfortunately the client's daughter had no clue what it entailed to have somebody working in her house, and unfortunately she had to go and get a lawyer, and now she has to, she's in trouble with the IRS, she's in trouble with workman's comp, and this is on top of the stress of taking care of her mom at home. So I thought today that I would just talk a little bit about and just share with you why it's always better to go through a home health care agency, because they take care of workman's comp, social security, taxes. You are covered from a liability point of view, which is huge. Not to mention the fact that the agency is responsible for making sure that that caregiver has no criminal record, has completed their training, and can take care of your mom, and give them the highest level of care that they deserve. So I just want to make sure that if you're watching this YouTube, I never ever want you to be in that situation. So I have a checklist here, and actually if you'd like to go on our website, celticangelsinc.com, this checklist will be posted. You can print it, download it, and just make sure that you and your family are protected. So in terms of liability, hiring a private caregiver and paying her under the table, you are responsible for the workman's comp, all the taxes, social security, the state and federal, the professional and general liability insurance. Now, if you go through a home health care agency, that list, the home health care agency is responsible for all those. So that is a huge bonus about having a home health care agency take care of your parent. And then I'd like to talk a little bit about the hiring. So you found a caregiver that says, oh, I just want to work for you privately, no formal contract or anything like that. So you are now, in another aspect, you're interviewing this caregiver, and you're not able to perform any of the CORI checks unless your husband is a policeman or something like that they could run CORI checks for you. That's your responsibility. Getting references, your responsibility, and are they authorized to work in the US of A? And as we know, we've had a lot of prominent politicians included, not to mention anybody, who they've hired people that are not authorized to work in the US of A, which is can put you in a very scary situation. Now, so all those items I just discussed, that would be a home health care agency's responsibility to make sure that all those checks have been done, not yours. And then in terms of supervision for the caregiver that you've hired privately, like who's going to supervise them? Who does the care plan? Who's going to set up the medications? Who's going to be an advocate for the patient? Who is going to communicate and advocate with doctors if the VNA services are involved in there? You're not quite sure where this caregiver, it could be your neighbour next door who really has never taken care of anybody, and it just seems like such a shame to put you and your parent in such a kind of treacherous position. So as I say, this list of the do's and the don'ts is listed on the CelticAngelsInc.com website. And if you have any further questions, please feel free to give us a call, 781-331-0062. And I hope in some small measure, this YouTube has just saved you a lot of heartache. God bless.